Ladies, gentlemen and students, welcome to the Leavers Ceremony 2021. This is not the Leavers Ceremony we wanted or expected, and is yet another example of the obstacles thrown in the path of our students over the past 2 years. I am sure that in the years to come, an asterisk will be put next to the word Summer Exams 2021, denoting an exam season like no other, and where graduates of that year will be able to hold their head a little higher, knowing what they had to go through to graduate. However, even though this ceremony is about the students and their achievements and marks a watershed moment in their lives, it is not actually for the students. They are merely the stars. This ceremony is mostly for the parents who have spent the past 18 years getting their children to this point in their lives. 18 years of stress and heartbreak and expense and frustration and confusion, parenthood. I hope, parents, this event is some small recompense for what you have had to go through in the last 18 years. And be assured, it is not the end. It is just a resting point before the next few years. A moment also to mention the teaching staff who have got you to this end point. In some cases, staff who have taught students who have been here for the past 7 years. Getting through the DP curriculum is never easy, but the challenges of COVID, of online teaching, of extended holidays, of amended holidays, and uncertainty about whether the exams would actually happen have all taken their toll and pushed the staff to their limits. Thank you to the staff for all you have done. You are allowed to feel pride about what has been achieved. A mention also to the people no one sees. The people who have had to wrestle with the ever-changing government rules and regulations, and who are liable to take the legal blame if anything goes wrong. The Board of Trustees. People who started the school 8 years ago and who work daily to keep it moving forward. And I cannot finish without mentioning the oil who keeps all the moving parts of the school running smoothly, the office staff, to whom, too many to name, and mostly people who go unseen by the parents and the students, but without whom the school could not function. Thank you. Well, whoever this ceremony is for, it is not for me. So I will hand over and lead the lectern before I outstay my welcome. Once again, thank you all for watching and enjoy the event.
Dear ISV parents, students and teachers, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mai Bích, the chair of the International School of Vietnam. Today, I'm very honored to make this speech on behalf of the Board of Trustees to celebrate the leaving ceremony of the class of 2021, the second batch of ISV IBDP students. Firstly, I would like to say congratulations to the class of 2021 for reaching this important milestone in your life. I understand this is not what you, your families and friends expected for a leaving ceremony, but I appreciate your resilience and flexibility during this time. With the dream to provide an international education environment in Hanoi to local Vietnamese students and foreign students living here, 11 years ago, in 2010, we laid the first bricks to build the International School of Vietnam, ISV. And today, I'm more proud than ever to witness the growth of our students, the class of 2021, after years studying at ISV. Your IB diploma, the university results, are the true evidence to our relentless effort in building ISV school that nurtures, empowers, and connects students to become global citizens and lifelong learners. Today is the day to celebrate your achievements, reflect on the journey, and look towards the future. I'm proud that each of every one of you has grown into strong and capable young adults. A year from now, though you may not remember of all the lessons you learned at ISV, I surely hope that the love, the laughs, and the friendships that you share at ISV will continue to accompany you on your adult journeys and make a difference in your lives. I believe that you will be the ambassadors bringing ISV vision and mission to the world of your own making. Thank you for being ISV student. Secondly, I would like to say thank you to the parents who trusted us and our educational philosophy. As a mother who attended many living ceremonies of her children, I understand the pride and the gratitude welling up in your heart at the moment. Thank you for choosing ISV for your child's education. Thank you for your continuous support over the year to help your children get to where they are today. Last but not least, to the ISV teachers, I appreciate your resourcefulness, your determination, and the valuable contribution you have made to the school and our students. Without your guidance and support, our students will not go this far on their journey. I hope that wherever you are, you will always be the inspirations for the next generation. My speech has come to an end. Although this is the third time I have spoken at the living ceremony of ISV Grade 12 students, the emotion is still intact. I understand that our educational journey is difficult and challenging, but the growth of the students will be the motivation for me and the school leader to strive further. Once again, the class of 2021, congratulations.
Do not open your examination papers until I instruct you to do so. Do you have any questions about the notices to candidates displayed in the school? Does anyone have any unauthorised material in his or her possession? This is sorry, grade 12. With that being the speech that I have used so often with you, I forgot where I was. Let's start again. Ladies and gentlemen, parents, staff, students, viewing guests, and most of all the class of 2021, our second DP graduating group, welcome. In many ways, grade 12, you may feel like you're following in the footsteps of last year's DP class, as you've heard yourself being referred to on many occasions as the second DP cohort. This is true, you are. But you are the first DP cohort to sit the May examinations. And even with the recent COVID restrictions, these have taken place until the 20th of May, because every day I had my fingers crossed that I would be able to deliver this speech. And thankfully I was, and I did. Bearing this in mind, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Ms. Twee, our chair, for securing the authorities' permissions for the DP examinations to take place. Now, grade 12, you may be following in the footsteps of the previous graduating classes, but you have made your own positive mark on all of us here at ISV. The theme of this year's yearbook comes from Nelson Mandela quote, "The youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow." Maybe this quote was written for you guys. You certainly are going to play a necessary and dynamic part of the 21st century world, and that's important. But for me, you're not just the leaders of tomorrow, you're the partners of today. And your commitment and partnership with teachers and fellow ISV students has been a requirement, but one that you've very much embraced. So how has the IB prepared you, grade 12, its students, the youth, for all of this? Well, the IB says that it's more than its educational programs and certificates. At the heart of it, it's motivated by a mission to create a better world through education.
The IB aims to develop internationally minded people who recognise common humanity and shared guardianship of the planet, helping to create a better and more peaceful world. Hopefully their philosophy has become your philosophy as you strain to be those leaders of tomorrow. But how has ISV prepared you, grade 12, our students, the youth, for all of this? Well, when I share with people what we want to develop in an IB student, I'm strong in the convictions. So we truly believe that an ISV student will reach their full potential, will be able to enter the best universities in the world, will be internationally minded global citizens, will work together with their teachers and peers for an altogether better experience. They'll develop a passion for discovering, an enthusiasm for investigating, and a thirst for learning, and surprise themselves with the quality of their ideas and their work. And grade 12, each member of the class of 2021 has demonstrated that. I am proud to see that Mandela's quote isn't really just an inspiration to you as students, but actually a statement that you already live and embrace. So, your reading time is over. You have the rest of your existence for this exam of life. Grade 12, class of 2021, and our second IBDP cohort. As the coordinator of the programme, I wish you good luck.
Hello, I'm Mr. Kenny.
Hello, I'm Miss Sonali.
And we are the grade 12 homeroom teachers.
Some of you may recognise us from emails sent home.
The last years of high school are ideally about starting to transition students to the independent learning they will later encounter in university and college. With the COVID-19 pandemic, independent learning came a little early for this group.
So our grade 12 students are an extremely friendly, hardworking and creative group. And despite a wide range of personalities, they are very accepting and caring towards each other. I think all grade 12 teachers would agree there was rarely a dull moment with them.
Modern journalism often features articles structured around lists, top 10 of this, the 5 best of that. So we thought we'd use the same technique here tonight. Let's zoom along.
Zoom along. That's not remotely funny. Anyway, with that in mind, here are our top 5 memorable moments of our grade 12 cohort from a homeroom perspective.
Remotely funny, dear. In 5th place, winning the best festive homeroom competition and subsequently eating all the fried chicken available in Hanoi. The win meant that you had a non-uniform day, but nobody noticed.
In 4th place, learning that almost 1/4 of our grade 12 homeroom are prefects. What an amazingly responsible and professional group you are.
It's true. In 3rd place, getting photos taken outside the Hanoi Opera House and then being worried about the teachers getting lost afterwards as we ate all the lollipops in Hanoi.
In 2nd place, always being able to roll with the punches. After over a year of SARS-CoV-2 on the loose, dealing with cancelled grade 12 trips, weeks of online learning, and through all of that, being the first ISV cohort to sit all of their IBDP exams, these grade 12s have demonstrated amazing resilience and flexibility.
And in 1st place, this leaver ceremony, another example of doing things differently. Having a virtual ceremony is maybe not what we would have hoped for, but we are sure that you're more likely to remember it in the future.
Now that we've talked of the past and present, let's make some near-term predictions for our group of grade 12s.
Well, we can't say the following is 100% accurate. We feel it's pretty close.
Anne, most likely to be playing the violin whilst getting her articles published in The Economist, all in her lunchtime.
Coy, most likely to win all of his swimming competitions whilst being disappointed he didn't break his personal best time.
Evan, most likely to be the world's first engineer who looks like a K-pop star.
Tom, most likely to be the tallest Vietnamese football player while scoring goals with his winning smile and charm.
2, most likely to expound the expound the virtues of mindfulness, meditation, and yoga, whilst making huge breakthroughs in pathology.
Jenny, most likely to change her mind and change it again and again, but always ended with the best decision, though she never made up her mind what the correct uniform was.
Back, most likely to be a ping pong champion, and as his name suggests, be the most laid back person you know.
Yoon Sun, most likely to be ISV's first successful university applicant for the special admissions for overseas Koreans, after requesting the most documents for her extraordinarily complicated applications.
Duke, most likely to make a major breakthrough in quantum computing, all in his lunchtime.
Mia, most likely to be the first ISV student to win the Pulitzer Prize for journalism and be the most punctual person you know.
Chi, most likely to be the world's youngest medical graphic designer, all in her lunchtime.
Haley, most likely to be designing your next outfit while sporting a hair colour you least expected.
Claire, most likely to zoom you from her tatami room in Japan, whilst multitasking 10 other things at the same time.
Sarah, most likely to be organising your next Vietnamese tour whilst photographing for the National Geographic.
V, most likely to make a major discovery in neuroscience that solves the enigma of consciousness, all in her lunchtime.
Aliyah, most likely to be studying medicine whilst being a UN Goodwill Ambassador advocating for women's rights, all in her lunchtime.
Koyan, most likely to write your next self-help book on how to personify all of the IB Learner profile attributes. That's a book I'd buy.
Zoom, most likely to be a British politician. Successor to Boris Johnson, maybe?
Quincy, most likely to be Vietnam's next generation Z's internet mogul, and we are most likely to be buying something from her websites.
Ming, most likely to apply rigorous mathematical and statistical methods to make breakthroughs in insurance. That's a policy I'd buy.
Hang, most likely to create the next breakthrough in artificial intelligence and robotics, again, in his lunchtime.
To close, we will share a reflection on your graduation contributed by your co-homeroom teacher from last year, Miss Kate, and we wholeheartedly agree with her sentiments.
Good evening, grade 12. I'm writing this message from rainy England. I have a cup of tea rather than a café soda. If there is one thing I miss more than Vietnamese coffee, it's my grade 11 homeroom, and now you've finished grade 12. I miss your cheery faces in the morning. Is Mr. Kenny still telling his jokes? Did your plant biome survive? You are one of the most hardworking, inquisitive, and intelligent groups of students I have had the pleasure of teaching. I know that whatever you've chosen to do next, you will do it well. I am and always will be incredibly proud of you. Don't ever stop learning. Congratulations on your graduation and good luck in your next step.
So, in summary, grade 12s, thank you. We've really enjoyed being your homeroom teachers.
Yeah, you've taught us a lot, and we wish you all the best for the future.
Good luck.
If there's one word to say about our class, then it'll be done, period.
Just kidding. We have to finish our words before we're actually done.
First and foremost, we would like to extend our warmest gratitude towards our distinguished faculty. Thank you, Mr. Brian and Mr. Cullen, for letting us barely survive through our IB years.
Thank you, Mr. Kenny, Ms. Sonali, and Ms. Kate, our homeroom teachers, for your never-ending shouts at us for our deadlines. We're still not sure whether we have submitted all our IB forms.
Furthermore, we can never forget Mr. David's exciting Jeopardy games, Ms. Sandra's undying podcast, Mr. James' color printing, and Mr. Rob's indisputable K-pop sensations.
We'll also remember Mr. Mark's cashew nuts, Mr. Matt's sudden hockey intervals, Miss Anita's last-minute IAs, Mr. Sanders' bio tea, and our assiduous lab technicians that never forego any of our mess.
Our high school experience can never be complete without Mr. Daniel's remarkable festival flights, Mr. Mark's diversifying exhibitions, and exhilarating house games and varsity opportunities for Mr. Hayden, Mr. Alberto, Mr. Alex, and Miss Madonna.
Our next thank yous are for Miss Hiền. Cô giáo quốc dân của bọn con, cô ơi! Mr. Raff with your unceasing patience, and Mr. Ludovic with your iconic pie day.
Our final years will forever be special with Mr. Theory's pristine humor, Mr. Ed's daily overstress, and Miss Elisa and Miss Chill's devotion for grade 12 with no unemployed future.
Last but not least, we would like to thank the office for bearing with our lazy knuckleheads throughout the past 4 years.
Okay, that was a long list of thank yous. We're finally...
Wait, hang on, there's more.
Oh yeah. Although our journeys throughout high school have been very done for most, if not all of us, with our friends, our journeys becomes more bearable.
Cheers to all of us, our unforgettable grade 12.
Cheers to Tang, our beloved Moo Cow, the mascot of our class.
Cheers to Hua for her collections of bows that amaze people every day.
Cheers to Tao for her sassiness. Please keep on spicing the world.
Cheers to Quỳnh Anh. Please follow her TikTok account and get her photograph right away.
Cheers to Chi, our young talented fashionista. Don't be fooled by her age. There's like a wise old grandma underneath.
Cheers to Ling. Keep on being hyped and congratulate you finally on Tinder.
Cheers to Alia, our fiery strong woman. I swear you should open a business for personally typed already.
Cheers to Nia, our favorite artist, and do pursue your love for book writing.
Cheers to Yun-san. Fair warning though, do not get into a drinking game with her when she gets older.
Cheers to Huiyang and her immaculate music taste.
Cheers to Ngao. May her numbness continues to flourish.
Cheers to Tu for her boo moments.
Cheers to Ming for being the best boy gambler, always putting in a dime for everyone.
Cheers to my man Zung, the knee slapper and the IELTS 10.0 speaker.
Cheers to Duck, our best assassin. Please understand the reference.
Cheers to Anne for scoring 20 out of 20, even at her highness test.
Cheers to Bike, the undercover philosopher.
Cheers to Tuan, who never missed a single basketball game and a millimeter off of his measurements.
Cheers to Evan. The best hot takes always come from you.
Cheers to Đức Anh for your inevitable singing that shakens the whole study room.
And cheers to Tom, Finn, Quinn, ML, Ara, Belita, Trani, Noah, Jesse, Lệ, Quỳnh, Vân Ngọc, Uyên. Not how to catch my breath first.
Those who have sadly left us too soon but will never leave our minds.
There are just so many people we have gotten to know throughout our years that we cannot be able to thank each individual.
However, thank you for making our journey so unique to each and every one of us.
And as our final wishes, we wish teachers and faculty the best of health and happiness as you continue to raise new generations of talented ISB students.
We wish students the best of luck, for we know that the only thing that can hinder you all is the fate of the world.
And no matter where we are
what we are striving for,
or who we're gonna be,
we hope that one day when we look back at our high school years,
we can find again our dear friends who we can confide in,
our dear teachers who we can always learn a lesson from,
and our dear school where we can always come back and live the life as it is.
It's hard saying goodbyes, but for now, we're finally done.
Period!
Do you think that we're really done? If you haven't thought about it enough. This is to Mr. Adam. Throughout the past 2 years, you've been suffering with us with all these past papers. Long live the IB. Long live the scrap. No. Past paper.